Once upon a time, in a serene village, nestled deep within the Himalayan mountains, there lived a wise old monk named Bhante Sujato. He was known far and wide for his profound wisdom and his ability to offer guidance on the path of enlightenment. One chilly morning, as Bhante Sujato meditated beneath a towering Bodhi tree, a young woman named Arya approached him with a heavy heart. Tears glistened in her eyes, and her voice quivered as she spoke. "Venerable monk, I carry a burden too heavy for my soul to bear. I have been wronged, deeply hurt by someone I once held dear. How can I find it in my heart to forgive?" Bhante Sujato opened his eyes and looked at Arya with compassion. He motioned for her to sit beside him and said, "Arya, forgiveness is a path that requires both courage and wisdom. Allow me to share a story that may help you understand. Once, in this very village, there lived a young farmer named Raj. Raj had a neighbor, Arjun, with whom he had shared a close friendship since childhood. They worked together in the fields, celebrated festivals together, and supported each other through life's trials. One day, a severe drought descended upon the village. The once lush fields turned to dust, and the villagers suffered from hunger and thirst. Raj, struggling to feed his family, decided to take his cattle to a distant pasture in search of food. He knew that his family depended on the milk and meat from his cattle, and he had no other choice. However, Arjun saw this as a betrayal. He believed that Raj was abandoning the village during its time of need. In his anger and disappointment, Arjun confronted Raj and, in a fit of rage, accused him of being a selfish traitor. Harsh words were exchanged, and their lifelong friendship shattered like glass. Years passed, and the drought finally ended. Raj returned to the village with his cattle, and the fields began to flourish once more. But the rift between Raj and Arjun remained as deep as ever. Both carried the weight of their anger and resentment in their hearts. One evening, as Bhante Sujato walked through the village, he came across Raj and Arjun sitting alone, each lost in thought. He approached them and said, "My dear friends, I have heard of the pain that has burdened your hearts for so long. The time has come to consider the power of forgiveness." Raj and Arjun looked at each other, their faces etched with pain. Bhante Sujato continued, "Forgiveness is not about condoning the wrongs that have been done. It is about releasing the heavy burden of anger and resentment that you both carry. In forgiving, you free yourself from the chains of hatred." Over the next few days, Bhante Sujato guided Raji and Arjun through a series of meditation and reflection exercises. They contemplated the impermanence of life, the nature of suffering, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Slowly, the walls they had built around their hearts began to crumble. One evening, under the same Bodhi tree where Arya sat, Raja and Arjun came together. Tears filled their eyes as they looked at each other with newfound understanding and compassion. They spoke of their regrets, their pain, and their desire to heal the wounds of their friendship. With Bhante Sujato as their witness, Raj and Arjun embraced, letting go of the anger that had held them captive for so long. In that moment, they found forgiveness, not just for each other, but for themselves. Arya, deeply moved by the story, asked Bhante Sujato, "But venerable monk, how can I find forgiveness in my heart as they did?" Bhante Sujato smiled and said, "Arya, forgiveness begins with understanding. Understand the suffering that resides within the person who has wronged you, for they too carry burdens of their own. Practice empathy and compassion, both for yourself and for them. Let go of the past, release the chains of resentment, and allow your heart to heal. In forgiveness, you will find the transformative power to set yourself free." Arya nodded, her heart now filled with hope. She thanked Bhante Sujato and, with a newfound determination, set out on her own journey to forgiveness, guided by the wisdom of the old monk and the story of Raj and Arjun, two friends who had discovered the incredible healing power of forgiveness.